Darth Vader was on a mission to find and destroy the remaining Jedi who had escaped the Purge. He tracked down one of them to the swampy planet of Naboo, where he landed his TIE fighter near a lake. He sensed a faint presence of the Force nearby and followed it into the dense forest. As he walked through the trees, he heard a familiar voice that made him stop in his tracks. "Misa's so happy to see Yusa again, Ani!" He turned around and saw Jar Jar Binks, the clumsy Gungan who had befriended him when he was a boy. Jar Jar was wearing a tattered robe and had a wooden staff in his hand. "Jar Jar?" Vader said in disbelief. "What are you doing here?" "Misa a Jedi now, Ani," Jar Jar said proudly. "Misa learned from Master Yoda. He'sa teach Misa the ways of the Force." Vader felt a surge of anger and contempt. How could this fool be a Jedi? How could he have survived the Purge? How could he have learned from Yoda, the most powerful Jedi Master? "Jar Jar, you are not a Jedi," Vader said coldly. "You are a traitor and an enemy of the Empire. You must die." He ignited his red lightsaber and lunged at Jar Jar, who barely dodged his attack. "Ani, no! Misa your friend," Jar Jar pleaded. "Misa no want to fight Yusa." Vader swung his lightsaber again and again, but Jar Jar managed to evade him with surprising agility. He used his staff to block some of Vader's strikes and even kicked him in the chest once. "Stop this nonsense, Jar Jar," Vader said angrily. "You are no match for me. You are weak and foolish." "Misa not weak. Misa not foolish," Jar Jar said defiantly. "Misa have the Force with Misa." He closed his eyes and concentrated. He felt a connection to the living things around him, to the water, the plants, the animals. He felt a surge of energy flow through him. He opened his eyes and raised his staff. "Misa show Yusa!" he shouted. He pointed his staff at Vader and unleashed a blast of water that knocked him off his feet. He followed it with a barrage of vines that wrapped around Vader's limbs and body. He then summoned a swarm of insects that buzzed around Vader's helmet and bit him. Vader struggled to free himself from the vines and insects. He felt pain and annoyance. He also felt something else, fear. He realized that Jar Jar was not lying. He was indeed a Jedi. A powerful one. He had underestimated him. He had made a mistake. A fatal one.